Welcome to 3 a.m. Mystery Files, where real stories get darker the deeper you go. Tonight's case is real, emotional, and still leaves people searching for answers. This is the story of Chris Kremers and Lisanne Froon. In 2014, two young women from the Netherlands traveled to Boquete, a quiet mountain town in Panama. They had planned a peaceful trip, learning Spanish, exploring nature, and experiencing a new culture far from home. Everything about their journey seemed normal at first. They took photos around town, smiled for the camera, and stayed in regular contact with their families. There were no signs of danger, no warning that anything was about to go wrong. On April 1st, they decided to go for a hike along a popular trail near the jungle. It was known to be safe and was frequently visited by tourists. They left during the day, carrying a small backpack with essentials, including their phones and a camera. The early photos from their hike show something important. They were relaxed, happy, and completely at ease. Standing on a scenic viewpoint, surrounded by mountains, they looked like any other travelers enjoying a normal day. But after that point, everything changed. That was the last normal moment ever captured. When they didn't return later that day, it wasn't immediately seen as an emergency. But as hours turned into a full day without contact, concern started to grow. Soon, search teams were organized and locals joined in, scanning the jungle for any sign of them. Days passed, then weeks, but there was nothing. Then investigators discovered something strange. Their phones had been used multiple times after they disappeared. Emergency numbers were dialed again and again, but none of the calls ever connected. At first, both phones were used. Then only one remained active. The pattern suggested something was happening over time, something gradual, something desperate. Weeks later, a backpack was found near a riverbank. Inside were their belongings, phones, camera, and personal items, all in good condition. Nothing appeared stolen or damaged. It didn't look like something lost. It looked like something placed. When the camera was examined, what investigators found was deeply unsettling. Dozens of photos taken in complete darkness during the night. The images showed almost nothing clear, just flashes of light hitting rocks, trees, and empty surroundings. Strange angles, random frames. No clear explanation. One image showed the back of a head, possibly one of the girls. But the rest felt confusing, almost chaotic. Some believe they were using the camera flash as a light source in total darkness. Others think they may have been trying to signal for help or capture something they couldn't see clearly. As the investigation continued, partial remains were later found, scattered in different areas of the jungle. This only added to the mystery instead of solving it. There was no clear timeline, no confirmed explanation, no final conclusion that fully made sense. Some believe they simply got lost in the dense jungle, unable to find their way back, facing harsh conditions and limited resources. But others question that theory. Because of the phone activity, because of the photos, because of how their belongings were found, it all feels incomplete. Even today, this case continues to be discussed, analyzed, and questioned, because it doesn't fully add up, and maybe it never will. And even now, one question still remains. What really happened to Chris Kremers and Lisanne Froon after that final photograph? Before we continue to story number 2, a quick request. If you enjoy real mystery content like this, make sure to like the video, subscribe to 3 AM Mystery Files, and turn on the notification bell. Now, let's move on to the second story. Tonight's second case is real, disturbing, and deeply confusing. This is the story of Amy Lynn Bradley. In 1998, Amy, a 23-year-old woman, went on a family cruise vacation aboard the ship Rhapsody of the Seas. The ship was traveling through the Caribbean, and everything about the trip seemed normal and relaxing. Amy was traveling with her parents and her brother. They spent time together on the ship, enjoying music, food, and the atmosphere. There were no signs of trouble, nothing unusual. On the night before her disappearance, Amy was seen dancing at a nightclub on the ship. Witnesses later said she seemed happy, energetic, and completely fine. She interacted with other passengers and even members of the crew, showing no sign that anything was wrong. At some point during the early morning hours, Amy returned to her family's cabin. Her father later woke up briefly and saw Amy resting on the balcony. It was quiet, peaceful, just another moment during the trip. It was also the last confirmed sighting of her. When her family woke up again a few hours later, Amy was gone. There was no sign of forced entry, no noise, no clear indication of what had happened. Her personal belongings, including her shoes and cigarettes, were still in the room. The ship was still at sea, which meant one terrifying possibility. She hadn't left the ship. An immediate search was conducted. Crew members checked hallways, public areas, and restricted sections. Announcements were made, security was alerted. Nothing, no trace of Amy anywhere on board. As the ship approached its next destination, concerns grew even stronger. Once passengers were allowed to leave the ship, investigators feared that if foul play was involved, the person responsible could have already escaped. In the days and years that followed, several possible sightings of Amy were reported in different Caribbean locations. Some witnesses claimed they saw a woman who looked like her, in distress, possibly being controlled or watched. One report even suggested that a woman believed to be Amy approached someone asking for help, but disappeared again before anything could be done. However, none of these sightings were ever officially confirmed. Investigators explored multiple theories. Some believed she may have accidentally fallen overboard during the night. But no evidence supported this, and the lack of noise or witnesses made this explanation difficult to accept. Others believed she may have been targeted, possibly by someone on the ship, in a place where escape or resistance would be nearly impossible. The environment itself made the case more disturbing. A cruise ship, a closed space, surrounded by people, yet nowhere to go, and still she disappeared. Years passed, but the case never faded. Her family continued searching, hoping for answers, refusing to believe that her story had simply ended without explanation. To this day, Amy Lynn Bradley has never been found. No confirmed location, no clear timeline. No final answers, just a quiet night, a balcony, and a moment that no one can fully explain. And even now, one chilling question remains. How does someone disappear from a place surrounded by people in the middle of the ocean and leave behind absolutely nothing? Some mysteries are never solved. They just get darker. See you at 3 AM. Like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel for more interesting stories.